Welcome back. You're watching First Trades here on ET Now, and we're joined in by, of course, we've spoken markets. Let's switch focus to corporates, and Gyanendra Shukla, MD and CEO at Rallis India, joining us at this hour to talk to us about the numbers. Sir, talk to us about the fine print. Good morning. This is Harsh here. Talk to us about the fine print. The top line was maybe a bit muted, if I can call it that. How would you assess it? And what are you seeing in terms of a trend play out in Q2? Maybe can take more specific questions thereafter.
Good morning to my viewers and to you. I think I've been saying in the past as well, the way we should look at agribusiness is basically on a block of season. So what you see from April to September represents, I would say, 90% of the Kharif season and 100% from a crop protection perspective and 100% season from a seed perspective. So when I look at on a 6 monthly basis, Kharif is just getting concluded and farmers are preparing for Rabi. I would say, given the challenges farmers faced this year, early part of very heavy rain and then subsequently heavy rains in different part of the country disrupting farming practices, we could have done better. I think given the context, we have done well overall basis.
And what about export pricing? Give us a flavor on how that is evolving and whether you're diversifying away from that. Are you looking at more domestic market share acquisition? And how does the export pricing look like at this point?
I think the way we look at our company, we're an agriculture company, and what we make and sell for the farmers in India also has global applications. And we also always continue to seek relationship with external partners for technology and products. So when I look at my back end, I think it is common. So hence it's very natural for us to look at domestic as one business for crop care, which is crop protection, seed and soil and plant health business. And because those products can also be exported, and because we have a partnership to make with companies abroad to make product for them, it's quite natural for us to export those products also. So I see this as ourselves as an agriculture company focused on 3 segments. We'll sell, produce and sell, research, produce and sell domestically as well as in the export market.
Okay, but how is pricing evolving there, sir, on the export side of things?
So on export side, I would say volumes have picked up reasonably well. Pricing, it depends on the product. I would say when you look at our mix, I would say majority of the contribution on export side has, I would say more than 85% has come from the volume and remainder from pricing. So I would say if you look at the current trend and the US tariff situation and the pressure on companies to offload more product in Brazil, I expect volume to be there, but prices to remain under pressure.
Okay. Volume to be there, pricing likely to continue to remain under pressure. What does that do to margins, sir? You've given at least your aspiration is to get to mid-teens. How quickly do you get there? And is it just the pricing and in the export market that's weighing on the margin number, or is there any other concern which is impacting your margins?
So I think margin we have to always see from a company perspective, from a mix perspective, as we bring newer product, more what we call 9(3) product in domestic market, we should be able to realize higher margins in domestic. Our seed business has stabilized quite well, and this year our 3 crops which contribute more than 80% of our revenue have done well, and they're looking very promising. That should contribute higher margin. Our soil and plant health business should also support higher margins. So it's always a mix and situational. From a margin perspective, I feel more confident about today domestic, because when you go to international market, you're competing with not only Indian players but with Chinese players as well. So their focus is don't lose volume, even if you have to compromise, because at least your factories keep running and you get benefit of the scale.
Okay, so that's the take with regard to margins. But sir, any visibility that you can give us directionally, that in terms of a timeline, how should one look at the margin number to come closer to 15? Is there any visibility there?
So I mean 6 months ago I said that we have a 5-year time frame where we want to double our revenue and we want to grow our business almost 2x of industry growth. It's an uphill task, very aspirational number, but all the actions we are taking are directed towards that kind of growth possibilities.
And is there a way in which you can shrink at least the volatility on gross margins? Is there a thought process there?
So I think there are multiple levers. There are the manufacturing cost levers, so there are operating cost levers, utilizing more digital for the customer access. So all those things they do require initial investment, but I guess those are the levers we control. What we call we control and what we don't control. What we control is cost. On various fronts. What we don't control is the market prices. But what we do control is our ability to do better R&D, have a better team on the ground to do better demand generation activities. So I guess our actions will be more directed towards customer centricity, investment in digital, looking at all the levers of cost efficiency.
Okay. So what about domestic, both volume as well as value? How is that playing out? Give us a sense on pricing as well as volume domestically.
So on domestic, if I go segment by segment, on seed, we had volume gains were very limited because there was a serious supply shortage of seeds. So majority of the gains on seed profitability has come from pricing. On soil and plant health, this business, because of the streamlining of the procedures, particularly on biostimulant by the government of India, it led to a lot of disruption and loss of business, but margin-wise, we are doing fine there. On domestic, because of this incessant rain and downpour in many parts of the country, it led to fields becoming almost impossible to enter. As a result, now we have missed the sprays. But when I look forward, I guess Rabi with the residual moisture and farmers' desire to continue to plant something given our population dynamics and demand for the food, Rabi, as expected, should do well. That's the way I look at it.
Okay. And give us a sense on the US tariff impact, if at all, that has been the case for you in particular. And if there could be an unwind, and plenty of commentary on this one, if there could be an unwind in Q3 of FY26, what would that mean for you and your numbers?
So when you look at the products mix we sell in US, or 85% of the product category, which is technical in nature, is exempted from the tariffs. So the benefit if things do unwind will be on the 15% of the business, which will be a good news because it will help us improve our capacity utilization and resume the business. And hopefully that should also lead to pressure, a lot of negative pressure, which is building in the Brazilian market. So overall, it should be good.
Okay. And so with regard to new product contribution, now where Kharif is concerned, I believe commentary that you've given in the past seems to suggest that traction is strong. But tell us about how strong this is. Give us a sense, because now you have you've closed Q2 as well, so that will give us a better picture on how new products are building in terms of their traction and revenue contribution. And give us a sense, medium term, how do new products contribute to top line?
So we have an internal index called Innovation Turnover Index, which really tracks the contribution of the product launch in last 3 to 4 years on a rolling basis. This year we are expecting our innovation turnover index to be in excess of 18 to 20%, which is, I think, very healthy. But of the new product launches, 3 products we launched in seed, 1 each in cotton, rice, and maize. All of them are doing very well. So, and in seed, actually, if product does well, you don't have to really look at percentage growth. We can multiply the growth, at least in the initial years. On the crop protection side, we did introduce a lot of product, and one product we could not introduce that could have been a significant contributor was Fiplam, but we have fixed that problem. There was some problem with the stability of the formulation. We have fixed that, so that product is getting introduced now. But yes, all the products we have launched, actually, we have got a very good response.
Last question. So when I'm looking at your overall guidance as well, you've guided volumes 10 to 15% on the domestic crop care. That was the FY26 guidance. On exports, it was the B2B export was expected to be 20 to 30%. Does that at all change given everything that's happening around tariffs, geopolitics, and the like? Do any of those numbers change?
So first of all, let me correct. We do not give any guidance. What we spell out is our aspiration. So our aspiration is to remain same.
Okay. No, sir, totally take that. Okay, so aspiration remains the same. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Shukla, for coming in and speaking with us. Absolute pleasure speaking with you. Yes, of course, let's pull up the stock price.